Hey guys, how you doing? Today's going to be a little bit different. Instead of diving right into investments and numbers, I'm going to give you a scenario of two people and how their choices in their 401k plans made a world of difference in their lives. When I talk to clients about planning for retirement in their 401k plan, I tell them there are two important choices. One, how much to contribute, and two, what to invest in the 401k plan. So let's look at a scenario of two individuals. We'll call them Average Joe and Go-Getter Gus. So we have Joe. Joe's an average guy, had average grades, average friends in high school and in college. Gus went to high school with Joe, in college with Joe, way more popular, did better in school. Both of them graduated. Joe graduated without honors, Gus graduated with honors, and they went to go work at the same company. Now, Gus got a job that paid more because he had better grades, more talented, better in the interview. Joe got a pretty decent job, but he didn't make as much as Gus. Joe at $70,000 per year, and Gus started at $85,000 per year. When they sat down to do the 401k plan, Joe remembered about the importance of putting in as much as he could and making the right choices. So he put in 15% of his salary into his 401k plan.
Shut up and take my money.
He put it into growth funds and dividend funds that ended up earning 8% over Joe's working life. Now, Gus knew it was important to put in money into his 401k plan. He put in 5%. And he made some choices, got some balanced funds, and balanced funds have some bonds in there that kind of drag down the overall performance. And he earned about 4% over his working life. Now, Joe and Gus had good careers. Gus, however, maintained always a better career, got more promotions, and made more money. Both Gus and Joe enjoyed 3% raises every year. So over that time, Gus's higher wage increased over time as he got that 3% increase. Joe's salary maxed out at 30 years at $160,000, and Gus's maxed out at 30 years at $194,000. They both worked 40 years. So the entire 40 years, Gus made significantly more money than Joe.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
They both retired at about the same time. Now, Gus went to a real fancy place for his retirement party. All the executives came. I think they had a band there. It was great. Gus was a real leader within the company. Joe, he had a little retirement party. It was down at the local bar having a couple beers and burgers with his buddies.
Luca! Bueno? Piñu! Bueno? Piñu! Bueno?
Now, Joe and Gus had remained friends over this lifetime, and they had lunch one day, soon after their retirement. When they sat down, Joe, who again made less money in his entire career, told Gus that he had over $5 million, in fact, $5.5 million in his 401k. Gus, on the other hand, had $1.3 million. Why the difference? It's shocking. It's because those early years when Joe made that decision to put in 15% and invest it properly, where Gus put in 5% and did not have enough risk in his portfolio. Now they're in retirement. Joe ended up buying a condo in Maui, and Gus sometimes, if Joe's not using it, asks Joe if he can use it. Joe's lifestyle is fantastic in retirement, and his family has financial freedom, and he's living the high life. So please, in those early days, please make those right choices when it comes to the 401k plan. Now, you can change them later in life, but sometimes we get caught in a rut. Start out at 15%. Invest it properly, and you'll be very, very thankful you did. Did you learn something today, you guys? I hope you did. I hope you learned how important those choices can be. So join us again at Bright Wealth, and we'll make your financial futures brighter. See you next time.